coming to the stage next to last, I believe, although I could be wrong. This guy, he was seen on General Hospital. He is ethnically ambiguous and a regular in our Deez Nutz at the Comedy Store. Give it up for Sean Fawaz.
How's it going, you guys? We still having fun? Yeah. So, a little about myself. Besides being a straight guy with resting gay face, listen, all I'm saying is that on the pretty boy to handsome man spectrum, I look more like a bottom. But on top of that, I'm also a first-generation American. My dad is from Lebanon and my mom is from Taiwan. I'm what happens when Aladdin takes Mulan on a magic carpet ride. Yeah, I'm a Disney Plus original, so suck on that, Baby Yoda. No, but my mix confuses a lot of people, especially at my day job. Lucky for me, though, I work at this special place that's been known to bring both my ethnicities together. It's called Costco. And I work there as a brand ambassador for this almond dip company called Bitchin' Sauce. Right? Yeah, it's the best. Yeah, but when I'm not slanging bitchins for free, my favorite thing to do is to scare Chinese families by talking to them in Mandarin. I remember one time I saw this Chinese woman and her husband sampling on my end, and I couldn't help but hear her say to her husband in Mandarin, I like this one the best. To which I replied, 我同意，那是我最喜欢的 bitch and Zhang. This lady literally jumped back like she saw a ghost. She's like, 你怎么会讲中文? Which means, how do you know Chinese? Yeah. And her name was Jiaoying Summers. No, I'm kidding. So anyway, I tell her that, my mom's from Taiwan and she taught me, and we ended up having a really friendly conversation. But then it turned sad real quick. She then looks at me and says to me in English, "Whoa, you speak very good Chinese." And sitting beside her in the shopping cart is her son, who looks to be about 3, maybe 4 years old. And she then goes, "He speaks better Chinese than you." And I'm looking at her and I'm just like, what is he, like 3? He's got time. And she then goes, "No. He's stupid. He's Chinese, very lousy." And it was in that moment I discovered that Chinese moms, including my own, are pretty much the same. Because first they buy in bulk, then they shit on your self-esteem. You wanna know what's even sadder though? Just how whitewashed my other half is. See, even though my dad grew up in Lebanon and was raised a Muslim, he did everything in his power to graciously Americanize our family and make us as white as possible. And that has its consequences. Like, the other day I was in my CrossFit class, which is the whitest way you could start a sentence. And there was this Muslim girl, and you could tell that she was devout in her faith because she was wearing a hijab and she was covered from neck to toe in Islamic gear. I don't know what the Arabic word is for the rest of the outfit. Thanks, Dad. So it's custom after every class to go around and high-five everyone, good job, after a good workout, right? So we get to the end of the class and I'm high-fiving people, good job, good job, good job, good job, and I get to this Muslim girl and it's the first time I said anything to her. I just put my hand up and I go, "Hey, good job." This is exactly what she does. She goes, and I read that as just her being shy, so naively I'm just like, come on, don't leave me hanging. And I extend my arm out, and she curves me, and I end up awkwardly grazing her boob on the follow-through leg. And I look up, and she's got this mortified look on her face. But before I could even get an "I'm sorry" out, I get pulled aside by Adam, who's our gym's head trainer, and who's also a real-life Australian Ken doll. He pulls me aside, and he goes, Sean, you're not supposed to high-five a Muslim girl if you're a man who's not a husband. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait, really? Also, how the fuck do you know that and I don't? And I wouldn't expect most of you guys to know that either, but the only culturally Lebanese things my dad ever gave me were falafels and anger. So, last year I got engaged for 48 hours. So thanks for that premature woo! I do give you guys props though for doing a spot-on impression of every like and confetti emoji that I received when I posted my engagement on Instagram the day that I proposed to my ex, which then continued the next day, all the way up until the point where I was calling an Uber to a nearby Motel 6 when she broke it off with me. Yeah, it was some cold shit, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know you're in a fucked up situation when you got your own phone pouring salt in the wound, like, at your lowest moment. And this is exactly why I feel like Instagram needs a premature flex detector built into the app. So, in other words, if you post something that contains words like, you know, she said yes, or I booked it, or we're pregnant, there should at least be a warning pop-up that comes up and says, are you sure you want to post this? Or has this event been completely confirmed? Or does your husband know it's not his? You know, all the important follow-up questions. I will say this though, the only thing that's keeping it civil between us right now is our two cats, Choppy and Kendrick Lemieux, that we co-parent and swap every month. So yeah, even though we're broken up, we're still sharing pussy. And the way I see it, it's like a joint custody situation minus the lawyers. And I say that mainly because I can't afford a lawyer because I work at Costco. All right, that's my time. I'm Sean Fawaz.